Have you started noticing changes in a loved one? Maybe they're sleeping more, eating less, or pulling back from family gatherings and wondered, is this normal aging, or something else? You're not alone in asking. According to research from Johns Hopkins, the Mayo Clinic, and leading hospice organizations, many people begin to show early signs, often up to 6 months before death, that go unnoticed or misunderstood. This video will walk you through 7 of those silent signs. These aren't just medical facts, they're real, observable changes that could help you better support someone you love, emotionally and physically, when it matters most. Watch closely. The final sign we'll cover is so commonly ignored, even by trained professionals, but it can offer your loved one the peace they need in their final chapter. Sign 1: drastic changes in sleep patterns. Sleep changes dramatically as the body nears its natural end. We're not talking about typical age-related tiredness. This is different. Some people start sleeping 15-20 hours a day. Others can't stay asleep, waking repeatedly at night in confusion or agitation. According to Harvard Medical School's Geriatric Division, this shift is part of the body's energy conservation process. It's slowing down internal systems, and the brain begins losing its rhythm for sleep and wake cycles. If your loved one was once up by 7 a.m., now sleeps past noon, or naps all afternoon, that's not just fatigue. That could be the body transitioning. Families often miss this because they chalk it up to boredom, medications, or winter blues. But when paired with other signs, it's worth paying attention. What you can do: track sleep hours. Adjust routines to support comfort, not productivity. Speak to a hospice or palliative provider if these patterns worsen over weeks. Sign 2: loss of appetite and weight. When a person stops eating, it's heartbreaking. But near the end of life, appetite drops off dramatically, and it's not about taste, mood, or willpower. Mayo Clinic experts explain that the body is simply shutting down its digestive demand. The body no longer needs fuel for the long term, it's shifting to preserve only the most vital functions. They may stop requesting favorite meals, leave food untouched, lose 10, 15, even 20 pounds without trying. Families often panic, urging them to eat. But this can cause unnecessary stress. Instead of insisting on full meals, offer comfort foods in small portions. Just enough for connection, not nutrition. Focus instead on hydration and mouth comfort. Emotional presence during meals. Accepting that food is no longer a priority. Sign 3: social withdrawal. Your loved one may start pulling away. They stop making phone calls, decline visits, skip activities they once enjoyed. This isn't personal. It's not depression. Johns Hopkins palliative researchers say this withdrawal is a psychological process, a quiet detachment as they prepare internally for what's next. They're not giving up. They're turning inward. If your dad always loved family dinners but now prefers to eat alone, or your mom stopped calling her sister, don't push. Invite gently. Sit beside them. Say less. Let them lead. Connection still matters, but it needs to feel calm, not pressured. Sign 4: increased confusion or vivid experiences. Out of nowhere, they say they saw their late spouse. They talk to someone who's not in the room. Or they get confused about time or where they are. This isn't always dementia. Cleveland Clinic neurologists explain that at the end of life, oxygen and energy to the brain decrease. This causes hallucinations, altered perception, and vivid dreams. Some of these experiences, like seeing a long-lost parent or hearing music, bring comfort. Others may feel disorienting. The key: don't argue or try to correct. Don't tell them that's not real. Sit with them. Acknowledge the experience. Offer presence and peace. Keep a journal of any mental shifts. Share with a care team. They can help you distinguish between medical emergencies and normal end-of-life transitions. Sign 5: noticeable weakness or immobility. If your loved one suddenly struggles to walk across the room, lift a mug, or get out of bed, it's not always deconditioning. The American Geriatric Society notes that the body begins drawing energy from muscles to feed vital organs. This results in rapid, noticeable weakness. What used to be easy, walking to the mailbox, brushing teeth, now feels exhausting. Don't push independence. Prioritize safety and comfort. Use walkers, transfer chairs, grab bars. Help them maintain dignity, not performance. Families sometimes assume this is fixable with exercise. But at this stage, the goal isn't to rebuild, it's to relieve. Sign 6: Irregular breathing. One of the most visible and misunderstood signs: changes in breathing. You might notice long pauses between breaths, shallow, rapid breathing, or even a rattling sound at the back of the throat, known as the death rattle. The National Hospice Foundation explains these are all normal. They happen as the lungs and heart begin to slow. It's not always painful, though it can look scary. Comfort measures help. Raise their head slightly. Use a fan or open a window. Medication can ease discomfort. These moments are fragile. Your calm presence can do more than you realize. Sign 7: Desire to settle unfinished business. Perhaps the most important and often the most overlooked. Near the end, many people want to say something they've held onto for years. They may suddenly ask to talk to someone they haven't seen in decades. Apologize. Pass down a story. Give away a cherished item. Hospice workers call this the closure phase. It's one of the strongest indicators that a person senses time is limited and wants to leave nothing unsaid. Don't brush this off. It's not being dramatic or morbid. It's healing. Encourage it. Support it. Make it possible. A single call, visit, or moment of honesty can bring immense peace. For them and for you. These signs are not warnings to fear. They're invitations to act with compassion, with awareness, and with love. You may not be able to change the outcome, but you can shape the experience. Support can look like a hand held in silence, a memory shared, a room made safer, or a difficult truth finally spoken. If you've noticed any of these signs, now is the time to talk with their doctor, explore palliative or hospice care, and prioritize comfort over cure. Because in life's final chapter, it's not just about how long they live. It's about how peacefully they're allowed to let go. If this video helped you, please like, comment with a yes if you are still watching, and subscribe. And most of all, share it with someone who may need these words today.